live from the YouTubes. It's me. We're back. Hello, I'm here. How you guys doing? What's up? It's been a long time since we've done a live stream. It's been a long time since we've done any sort of stream. It's been a while since I've used the bathroom. That's a stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I am so thrilled to be back for the first time in a while, man. It's been 2 months. Has it been 2 months since we've done a live stream? Oh man. It has been insane. What a 2 months. What a year so far. It's been an incredibly crazy year. Absolutely insane. We got a lot of people in the chat. I want to get to that. That rhymes. But first of all, I want to say thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for all the things you do. Just coming in and hanging out is frankly enough for me. But to do more than that, man, whether it's dropping a like, leaving a comment, getting in the stream and asking questions, super chats, whatever it may be, I'm so excited that you guys are here, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to catch up on, and a lot of questions to answer, which is the whole reason why we do this. But I want to get in here and see what's up with y'all and see what you guys are doing in the chat, man. So many people. Sarthy saying hype. What's your brother's Letterboxd handle? I believe it's Little Burke on Letterboxd. He does those one-word reviews, and frankly, it's a pretty fun follow. Will you watch It's a Wonderful Knife? That's on the watch list. That's on the to-do list. I actually got a screener for that. Didn't get a chance to watch it. Robert said, it's been so long. It's been so long, Robert. I'm happy to be here. It's a very big month. It's a very big couple of months, man, because we're progressing. We're reaching the end of the year, where we get the lists and the madness and the craziness and a lot of stuff that Austin's got to catch up on, man. So I got a lot of stuff to do. We got the Spider cosplayer saying hi, TJT. Hey, what's up, TJT? Thanks for being back. Yo, let's go. Are you seeing Godzilla -1? Absolutely. I hope to go to that early screening a couple of days early. And so many great questions in the chat, man. We're going to get to those questions. But first, as always, if you're hanging out for the first time in 2 months, amazing, and you want to drop a like on this video, you guys know it's the best way to help the video, to help the channel, to help all the things. And of course, if you want to drop a little super chat down below, just assure that I get your questions answered. That's the best way for me to see it. Do not feel compelled. It's not a requirement. It's not something you have to do. But I appreciate everybody who supports this channel, who helps me out and pushes me along. And if you guys didn't know, it's been a rough couple of months for me. It's been a lot of sicknesses and a lot of things going on and doctor's appointments, and it's been madness. All right, it's been madness. Got a couple of appointments this upcoming week. I'm feeling better. One of the issues that I'm having has to do with my throat. So part of the reason why I've not done live streams is simply because I can't talk for an hour without struggling. So I'm going to try my best to get through at least 30 minutes today. We'll see how long we go, and beyond that, just depends on how many good questions you guys have for me. Oh, by the way, mail call. Got something in the mail this week, and I thought you guys would be interested in seeing it. A beautiful poster for David Fincher's The Killer. Before I get to questions, I just wanted to admire this beauty, and not only the poster itself, but the fact that it did not come on a cheap poster. Because normally when I get these, it's kind of cheap, kind of gets bent fairly easily. Maybe one bend in here that I didn't love when it arrived, but I was pretty happy that Netflix sent me that. So much appreciated. And The Killer, one of the better movies I've seen this year. Let me take a drink of water, which I will have to do frequently as we do this live stream. Kroger purified drinking water, not a sponsor, although I wish they were. I do like Kroger water. I'm a cheapskate. And a lot of people talking about that poster down below. Jealous, sick poster, amazing, Austin. And Ben Jericer just saying, hey, hi, how you doing, Ben? Thanks for being here. We got Sully Streams in the house. Always a good day when AB's back in the chair. What's up, dude? What's up, man? I'm doing great today. I'm feeling okay. Keenan's feeling like catching a live stream. I'm feeling like doing a live stream today. I felt pretty good when I woke up this morning. Haven't been able to say that much for the last 2 months. Who should play? Great question. Jacob says, who's play Elon Musk in the Aronofsky movie? It almost feels like an uncastable role. That's one I'd have to think about, just because how in the world do you cast Elon Musk? It's somebody quirky and interesting enough to play Elon Musk? I have no clue, but you guys let me know. Rami Malek, right? No? I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Some people talking about the Steelers in here. Yeah, I'm wearing my Steelers shirt. Big day for Pittsburgh. Missing a lot of defensive pieces. It's going to be a rough one, but hopefully we can come out on top. That's what she said. Waiting to see Disney Wish. I was supposed to see Wish yesterday. Got caught up in some family things, and I said family over Disney's Wish. So I've decided that I'm going to see it on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I'm going to go see Wish on Tuesday. I hope to see Saltburn on maybe Wednesday. So Wish Tuesday, Saltburn Wednesday. Hopefully reviews for both. Maybe within 24 hours of seeing each movie. So maybe a Wish review on Wednesday, maybe a Saltburn review on Thursday. So we'll see what happens with those. I'm still trying to plan out this week, but I do know that I'm talking Napoleon tomorrow. Hey, by the way, hey ho, 69 viewers. 68. The one person heard me say that and they left. We have 68. I'm very disappointed we're not still at 69. So get us back to 69. But yeah, Napoleon tomorrow. Got some very interesting thoughts on Napoleon. Some good, some bad. And so I'm really interested to see what you guys think of that film. The general audience score is going to be the most interesting thing for me when it comes to that movie. And the question here from Kristen, as I scroll up and get some of these questions that I missed, was Napoleon that mid? I don't want to use the word mid. I think there were some good things in it. So I don't want to say Napoleon was mid. But compared to my expectations, it was more mid than I expected. I'm trying to find a way to not reveal my full thoughts. I had some really high expectations. It was one of my most anticipated movies of the fall and really of the rest of the year. So I was disappointed in it, but I do think there's some good things to talk about with the movie itself. Let's see here. We got a lot of questions, man. I'm scrolling up trying to get through some before I get down to our first super chat of the day from Vixter. Vixter, I promise I'll get to you. Thoughts on Jacob Elordi turning down the Superman role because it was too dark when he was just in Saltburn. I don't know if I believe the whole it's too dark thing. I feel like it's just Jacob's in a spot right now where he's doing a lot of independent films. He's trying to work his way up like a Robert Pattinson. And maybe he believes he can get a superhero role or a big role. Maybe it's not a superhero role down the line that's going to kind of make that next career boost for him. I think right now he's making the right decisions, doing a lot of independent movies. He's having a big year, okay, in terms of that world, that realm. And I believe he's making the right choices because all I've heard is that he's really, really good in Saltburn. So I'm excited to see what happens with him. What's your favorite Scream movie? It's the OG. It's the original. Although Scream 2 is very close to Scream 1. It's actually really close for me. So I think both are great. The more recent movies I've had fun with as well. That portion right in the middle, not the biggest fan of those films. But number 2 is don't sleep on that one. How do you like Loki season 2, man? I dug the final few episodes. And you guys saw my episode 1 through 4 review, I believe it was. I liked it. I enjoyed it. They were good. But I felt like if they didn't nail the final episode or 2, then it's all kind of for nothing. And I didn't really know where they were leading to. And those final 2 episodes for me were just spectacular. It was such a great build up and such a great payoff. And you rarely say that about a Marvel show nowadays. I feel like we were getting really good payoff in the beginning from WandaVision and Loki season 1. So season 2, it got me back on board. Let's see where we go from here. But I really loved it. And I've got a final episode reaction as a YouTube short on this channel as well. My boy, Oz Turkey, Burke and Slaughtered. Hey, listen, Thanksgiving. Speaking of turkeys and slaughters, really good movie. I did my review yesterday. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Not perfect, but, I really had a good time with it. And we got a super chat here. But let's see. Frankie. Wow, amazing, Austin. We did, Ben. We got Sarthi. What's going on, Sarthi? Austin, it's Sunday. To quote Ice Cube, go to church. I hope to get back to church one of these days, G. Colby P. But right now, I'm going to see if I can feel better over the next couple of weeks, man. I'm slowly getting there with my body. We're just working on some things. Up here on the body. But man, I hope to get back out there and live my life. Okay. How do you think the Steelers will do today? I think the Browns having a backup QB will help our chances. I don't know, First Avenger. I don't know because we're missing a lot of people on defense. So they could make that Browns quarterback look like Peyton Manning today. All right. I'm curious to see how these people do. We have 3 people starting on defense. I've never heard of their names before. Before this week, I'm like, who is that guy? Practice squad? Fantastic. So I don't know. It really comes down to Browns defense and our offense. Who ends up playing better? There's not good chances there, but I think Pittsburgh can play well if they just do what they need to do on defense. All right, enough football talk. I was to get back to movie. Coleman Domingo is the most underrated and underappreciated actor. You know, I don't know about that. I think Coleman Domingo gets a lot of love on Twitter. People love then some Coleman Domingo in the film Twitter world. I love me some Coleman Domingo. I did watch Rustin. I didn't put a review out about that. I hope to write one up on Letterboxd. I didn't love the movie. It felt kind of like a by-the-numbers biopic. I thought it was okay, but Coleman Domingo's performance is Oscar-worthy. I don't know if I have him in my top 5 personally, but he's close. He's like at least in the top 7. So, phenomenal performance. I can't wait to see The Color Purple. I can't wait to see that movie. The first reactions have been phenomenal. I can't wait to see it, guys. I'm so excited. Mike Myers is Elon Musk. That's so random. That's so random, but I don't hate that, to be honest with you. I give you a shout out on every community that got Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, on YouTube community. You're welcome. Told you I still support you. Frankie, you don't have to do that, Frankie. You're so sweet. Frankie. Hey, Frankie, I appreciate you. Oh, okay. That's stupid. That's dumb. Hato says, go Brownies. Hato, what's up, man? I missed you. Go Brownies, though. Nope. Brownies, we got you once, all right, but we usually split, so not feeling great about it. But we did get you once, just like I told you. Well, didn't you say Pittsburgh would win like 6 games? Did you say that? No, somebody said that. But we're already there, all right? Maybe we stay there for the rest of the year. I feel like I should have screenshotted everybody that said Pittsburgh's going to win 6 or 7 games. That sucks for you, I guess. Not you, Hato. I do love you. I really want to see The Holdovers, but it's playing nowhere near me. I don't like the release strategy of The Holdovers, to be honest with you. I do not like it. It was playing in one theater near me. Now, I'm surprised it was playing near me just because the place that I live, normally those movies aren't playing, but I did get to see it. If you have seen my Letterboxd, you know where that ranks. It is in the top 10. It is very high. It's a fantastic movie. So if I could implore you all to seek out one movie this year, and maybe it's worth an hour drive, I would say this is worth an hour drive. You know, money is tight, gas isn't cheap, but if you have the opportunity, go see The Holdovers. I absolutely loved it. Thoughts on the Madam Web trailer? Great question, Super Marvel Max, and I'm saving these super chats. I'm going to get to them here in just a second. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think there's potential with the cast. I think there's opportunity for this movie to be fun. But I didn't like that trailer. I thought it was a mess. I didn't like the song choice. I didn't like the editing. Some of the shots look weak. This is one of those movies that I'm just so fearful for that it's going to be a huge bust for Marvel, for Sony. I don't know. I just don't really like what we're doing with this movie. But again, I think the cast is great. There is a little bit of confidence in my hype for these Sony movies this year. And we're getting 3. We're getting Madam Web. We're getting Kraven the Hunter. We're getting Venom 3. So maybe one of them works. I don't know. I'm just not really hyped up for what I've seen from Madam Web. TJT says, have you seen Next Goal Wins? I liked it. TJT, the goal is, after this Pittsburgh Steelers game today, I'm going to go see Next Goal Wins. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm very, very nervous about this movie from what I've heard. But it's Taika Waititi. I like most of his filmography quite a bit. Fell off a little bit lately. I understand that, but we will see how this movie goes, TJT. Thanks for letting me know that you liked it. Hope to see it today around 4:30. That's the goal, unless the Steelers and Browns game is tied at 6-6 and goes into overtime, and it's nothing but field goals, and I expect that. Thoughts on the MCU is in shambles? I don't know, man. People say the MCU is in shambles, and then Loki comes out, and people say it's not in shambles, and then the next thing comes out, and they say it is in shambles, and then the next thing comes out, and they say it's not in shambles. So, I mean, I just go to not talk. Because I feel like not talking is doing me good because I'm not talking and I'm not saying the same thing that everybody else is saying and then going back on it every 5 minutes. So, I don't know. We'll see. I think the projects have been very up and down. Secret Invasion down here. Guardians 3 up here. The Marvels down here, Loki up here. So back and forth, back and forth. Hey, we have 99 people right now. All 99 people. If you're here, sorry if you're not a Steelers fan. I understand that. Most people aren't. But if you're here right now and you want to drop a like on this stream, man, that would be so freaking helpful. I appreciate you guys for being here, man. We usually do these streams a lot. I've been very sick over the last month, 2 months, but I am hopefully getting back to where I'm feeling a little bit better, good enough to do at least a 30-minute live stream, maybe good enough to do an hour live stream. We'll see how I'm feeling today, but I'm feeling a lot better. And I really appreciate you guys for supporting me through all of this nonsense that I've had to deal with for the last month, man. It's been really rough, but I got my wife, I got my girl, I got my family, and I got you all. And I know there's been a lack of videos. I'm trying to get back on it. I promise I'm trying to get back on it. But I think the last couple of weeks have been really fun. I've been doing more reviews. I actually went to a screening. Man. It's my first screening in 2 months. Felt awesome. Didn't get to see John. I didn't get to see my guy and do a video with him. That was unfortunate. But I did get to go down south and go to Nashville. Knocked 2 movies out. Hunger Games, Napoleon. It was awesome. It's the first time I've been in a screening in so long. 3.5-hour drive, but that's okay. That's why I don't go to as many screenings anymore, just because the drive's so long and I got a baby girl and I've been sick. But hey, we're doing good. That's all that matters. Somebody was asking how the baby girl's doing. She's amazing, spectacular. She's growing. Hold on. Before I get to Victor's super chat, let me find a picture here because I've got to show you guys. Oh, they're all so cute. Oh, that's a picture of my dog. That's a picture of Cillian Murphy smiling. That's a picture of Adam Driver. I got to find the cutest picture I can possibly find. Oh, here it is. That one's so cute. There she is. Wait. Is it too bright? Wait, hang on. Let me lower the brightness. There she, yes. That's the baby. That's the baby. She's doing so good, man. She's so happy. She's such a happy baby all the time. Everybody at daycare is like, why is she always smiling? And I'm just like, well, smiling's her favorite. Just like Elf. Why would she not be smiling? Life is good. Why not smile? All right. Let's get to the first super chat of the day. And that is Victor. Victor, nice to see you again. Thanks for being here. 5001. Loved Songbirds and Snakes. Great adaptation. Love how dark and gritty it is about society, our humanity, and how power corrupts. I like how part 3 shows the complete corruption of Snow. Tom Blythe is a star. And again, we know where Snow ends up, so that's not necessarily a spoiler for the other Hunger Games movies because we know where it goes. We've seen the results of this. But I do think there's a complexity within that story that this movie shows that was unexpected. And I do think the performances in this movie, man, for a big blockbuster prequel, Songbirds and Snakes was really, really entertaining. And I don't really feel that way about prequels very often. The Fantastic Beasts movies, the first one was fun. The second two were, they were very mid. We've got Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies. The Hobbit movies, they're up and down, I believe, in terms of quality. The Star Wars prequels are down and then really up with Revenge of the Sith. So I've struggled with sequels in the past. This one is within my top portion of the Hunger Games movies. And you know what? I am going to do a ranking this evening, if I don't see the Taika Waititi film Next Goal Wins, or tomorrow evening, one of the two, and I'm going to talk, and it's going to be a YouTube short, so you gotta stay tuned for those because they don't send out notifications for some reason. But I'm going to rank Songbirds and Snakes, and I have a feeling it's going to be really high. It's going to be really high on that list of 5 because I already know I like it more than at least 2 of the movies debating on that last spot. So, man, I really enjoyed this one. I was kind of bummed out that they didn't split it into 2 movies because that third act felt so rushed. But at the same time, everybody said, well, Austin, the third act of the book kind of feels rushed. So part of me understands that they did. So I'm a little conflicted on that. Wasn't perfect. A lot of people say that about movies. It's a very obvious, evident statement to make. Wasn't perfect, but I had a lot of fun with it. So I'm glad, Victor, you had fun with it. Really cool to know. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the support, man. Again, anytime you guys support the channel, it means a ton to me. And just know that most of it goes right back into my screening trips for now. Sully Streams, AB. Have you seen the Scavengers? Scavengers Reign on Max. No one is talking about it, and I think this is one of the best sci-fi shows ever. Need your thoughts. Well, Sully Streams, let's type this in on Google and see what we got here, because I really haven't heard a lot about this. Scavengers Reign Season 2. And this is a TV miniseries in 2023, and 8.9. Wow. On IMDb. And this actually, I kind of recall this coming out, and I believe I got an offer to get a screener for this, and I didn't turn it down, but I just didn't. When did this come out? November 9th. Sully Streams. What am I doing? Let's get this up in here on the screen for you guys so you can see it. Let's see. Share screen. Can we share the screen? Oh, we can't share. We can't share this. We share the whole screen. No, here we go. Box office report. Yeah, Scavengers Reign. There we go. Let's share that. Let you guys check it out here. Look at that. 8.9 on IMDb. This is a TV series that I haven't really heard a lot about from Sully Streams. Follows the crew of a damaged deep space freighter stranded on a beautiful but dangerous planet. All right, and it's animated, so that's cool. Let's see if we recognize any of the cast here. Not recognizing a lot of the names. Dash Williams, okay. Ted Travelstead, don't really know. Okay, man, I'm game. I love anything on IMDb that's rated high, because that is a general audience metric, and a lot of the times general audience metrics, it's hard to appease a lot of the general audience because everybody's so divided. They love to spam 1 and 10 stars. 8.9 is crazy. So yeah, I definitely want to check this out, Sully Streams. It's a great recommendation in my opinion. And if you guys want to go check out this show, please take his advice. Scavengers Reign on Max. I will definitely go watch. All right, next super chat from long time super chatter. That is Marley. What's up, Marley? Thanks for being here. It's been a while. Hey, Austin, as a consistent film viewer, are there ever times you simply don't feel like going to the theater? What makes you push through? Yeah. Talking to a very positive guy, a guy who loves watching movies, a guy who loves watching TV shows, a guy who loves going to the theater and getting that theatrical experience. And I just feel like I'm more enthused about that than a lot of people I know in my everyday life. People that I know, my friends, even my family, even my wife, not to throw her under the bus, even Riley, my daughter, doesn't want to go to the theater with me sometimes. That's okay. She's 5 months old. But there are plenty of times and opportunities where I have to go to the movies. I don't have a choice. And I'm just not feeling it, man. When you watch so many movies, especially when you do what I do and you kind of do, it's a job, right? That's what it is for me. It's a job. I enjoy it. I love it. It's good to love your job, but it is a job. Sometimes it feels like a job. And there's a movie I don't want to go see. Yesterday, I was going to go see Wish. I chose family. I chose to spend time with my family over Wish. But at the same time, I didn't really want to go see it. And it probably would have benefited me to see Wish yesterday because I could have gotten my review out earlier for you guys. And it probably would have benefited you for me to go see it earlier. So yeah, that's a time where I look at it and I say, I just wasn't really feeling it. But there are times where I have to push through, where I have to drive 3.5 hours to see a movie that I don't want to see. Little Mermaid this year. I ended up liking Little Mermaid, but I did not want to drive to see that movie. The Flick Pick and I were like, why are we here? Why did we go see? This is so stupid. And we liked it. And so I think when I have to push through, I just tell myself, you're at least going to get a better experience in the theater. And you're going to get the movie how the movie was made to be received. And, there are times where movies are made for Netflix, this and that. But most of the time, a movie's made to be seen on the big screen. And whatever I feel about that movie, it's going to give me the experience that was originally intended. And I think that's really important. And I like to keep that in the back of my head. I'm going to receive the experience that was intended for me by the filmmakers. That's cool. Life is cool, man. We get to go and enjoy these big, bombastic $200 million movies, and sometimes they suck. Yeah, I agree with that. But we're getting to see them on this massive screen and getting to see it with a crowd of people. That's really cool. Now, I feel like nowadays people's, the people that I'm surrounded by in the theater, sometimes they can't get off their phones. They can't stop texting. They're using Snapchat. I was at a screening for Hunger Games a couple of days ago with critics, myself, and general audiences. And some lady down in the second row was on her phone, and very obvious. There's security guards in there, and she's on her phone just scrolling through it. And I'm looking down like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is an honor. You're at a screening. You're going to see this movie 5-6 days early. That's cool. Why are you on your phone for? And I know you didn't pay for it because it's a screening, but why are you on your phone? So I think that is insane, ridiculous, and it's a cool thing to be able to do. We're really lucky, man. We live in a place to where we can go out and have fun and enjoy ourselves like that. I think that's awesome. I really think that's awesome. So that's what pushes me through, Marley. That's what pushes me through. That and the fact that I've got to see this to get it out for you guys. I got to review this thing, man. Austin, you got to be on it, man. What are you doing? Be on it. Be on it. Rocky McFly says, and thank you, Marley, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Rocky McFly, classic Rocky McFly, MVP of this channel. All right. And you guys that have been here, you know why. I was able to see the Holdovers yesterday. Awesome at my local theater. And man, I think it might beat Oppenheimer for me for the best movie of 2023. Rocky McFly with the bold words, the bold take. And I say that because I know a lot of you haven't seen the Holdovers, and you're going to see that statement. You're going to say, Rocky McFly is absolutely crazy, but I'm here to tell you, Rocky McFly is not. You're on to something. I think there's a discussion. I think there's a conversation to be had. Now, for me, Oppenheimer is still far and away, that man right there, the best movie of the year. But there's a conversation that I'm having with myself right now. And I'm not saying I'm rethinking that decision, but I am saying by the time we get to December, okay, and my top 10 list rolls around, you guys may want to tune in because we may see a switch at the top. I think there's a conversation to be had here. The Holdovers is an absolutely incredible movie. I am going to talk about this film. I'm going to work on a very different style of video to where it's less of my face and more of my voice. I think there's a lot to be said about this movie. And if you're a fan of Christmas classics, holiday films, feel-good movies, but with a little extra, oh, wow, this is actually a really well-made movie. Yeah, it's an Oscar caliber, feel-good, holiday movie with heart, some of the best performances of the year, some of the best shots of the year, this beautiful aesthetic. It's everything you want in a movie like that. So when I come out with this Holdovers review, if you guys have my notifications on, it's going to be a really special review because this movie means a lot to me already, and I've just seen it one time. And when you feel that way about a film, it has to be in the conversation because I've not felt that way about many movies this year. And so there's a conversation that I'm having in my head right now. Rocky McFly, you are not speaking crazy right now. I can't wait for you guys to see the Holdovers. Whenever it comes to a theater near you, drop everything you're doing and say, I got to go pick up the kid from daycare. No, leave it there. Go watch the Holdovers. Just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if I did that, my wife would kill me. Go watch the Holdovers. So the Holdovers is this year's Come On, Come On. Yes. Real life. Yes. And I have a crazy thing to say. I may like it more than Come On, Come On. I'm crazy. Am I speaking crazy? I may like it more. It's that freaking good. And you know how I felt about Come On, Come On. I was amazed by that movie. This one it's that good, guys. I genuinely believe that, man. So happy. All right. Been at uni. Haven't kept up. How's it going, Jack? With the simple question, simple statement, but the super chat nonetheless. And hey, Jack, thanks for being here, my friend. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate the love and the super chat. All the support on this channel, again, guys, means a lot to me. All right, how's it going? It's going good now. It's not been going great as of late, but I'll tell you what, I'm feeling great today. I'm feeling awesome about this week. Hopefully going to figure some things out. But at the same time, man, we got some movies to talk about. Napoleon, Wish. The week after that's going to be huge too, man. Oh, and I didn't know, and I mentioned this at the beginning, I didn't know Saltburn was playing at my local theater on Tuesday until yesterday evening, and I'm like, okay, let's book those Saltburn tickets, and I'm going to be seeing Saltburn and reviewing Saltburn and Wish and Napoleon this week, so it's a big week, hopefully a good week, and it's Thanksgiving, and got family, friends, man, it's going to be a good week for all of us, for a lot of us, so can't wait to see you guys and talk to you this week, man. Hopefully doing another live stream this weekend. It's going to be awesome. There's a lot of football this upcoming weekend, so keep in mind, Austin might be busy. Did you like the movie Priscilla? You know what? I've not seen Priscilla yet. I've not seen Priscilla yet. That's crazy, man. It was playing in a local theater. Didn't get to go see it. Missed my screening for it. And it's just one of those, when I miss a movie sometimes, I got so many other new releases I got to see. I didn't get a chance to get back to it, so I really want to see it. I'm looking forward to it. Colin says, just watched Babylon for the first time last night. And after watching La La Land for the first time last night also, woo! Very cool. Here's a director swap. Baz Luhrmann's Babylon or Damien Chazelle's The Great Gatsby. Wow. I love it, Colin. I think this answer is going to shock a lot of people because, Damien Chazelle is a top 5 director for me. Now, I didn't love Babylon. And so my answer is going to shock you. I'm going to say Baz Luhrmann's Babylon because I don't know if Damien Chazelle's style, now he lives in that world, he loves that world, but I feel like The Great Gatsby was just like in a different realm of reality. And I don't know if Damien Chazelle, he would have to bring more of a realism to that story that I don't know would work for that story. And as much as I love Chazelle, I would say Luhrmann's Babylon because I didn't love Babylon. And I didn't love Great Gatsby, but I think I prefer it over Babylon. Woo! We got hot takes for days, baby. Hot takes for days. I'm going Baz Luhrmann's Babylon. Man, that is a hot take. Just me saying that out loud, I feel crazy. But I'm not. Victor says, I can relate. I mainly go on my own these days. Yeah, man. I go to my local theater by myself all the time. All the time. It's amazing. The Covenant is the most underrated movie of the year. I've not done my most underrated movie of the year list, but I'll tell you what, that's a good choice. That's a very good choice. I loved The Covenant. I think it's a fantastic film. I can't wait to go back and rewatch it to see if it could crack my top 10 of the year this year. Very good choice, real life. Very good choice. Rocky McFly says, I just think Oppenheimer will not hold up on a rewatch, but I can honestly watch The Holdovers anytime. It's a great point. I will say, Rocky McFly, I think I liked Oppenheimer better on rewatch. I didn't like the experience as much because I got to watch the 70 millimeter. I got to do all that fun stuff. But in terms of just appreciating the movie itself, I think I liked it more on rewatch. So, but at the same time, The Holdovers feels like the most rewatchable movie I've seen in a long time. So I think I see what you're getting at. I really do. DJT says, well, I guess I'll go see The Holdovers today. Yeah, DJT. I think that's a good decision. Do you like May December? May December is sitting in my Netflix screener window right now that I have as a critic, and I haven't watched it yet, but I've got to watch it because it's coming on Netflix next week, and I got to get my review out. So I will be seeing it. Hopefully a review on Thursday or Friday. Quick Steelers thoughts. Mike Tomlin is a force of nature, and I don't know how he's doing what he's doing, but he's doing it. Also, TJ Watt is the best player in the world. I still haven't seen Oppenheimer. Yeah, I think it's probably worthy of you seeing Oppenheimer. It's on Blu-ray Ultra HD. I believe it's coming, or it is, or it just dropped, something like that. I'm definitely going to be picking up a copy myself. I can't wait to see the movie again. It's a monumental achievement by Christopher Nolan. It is moving up all of my lists, and I'll tell you what, it's a phenomenal film. It's an absolutely phenomenal film. It's going to end up as one of my favorites of all time. Freak says, upload more content on the channel. Easier said than done, Freak. Easier said than done. Like I said, it's been a struggle lately. We'll get there. I promise we'll get there. But it's been a struggle just to upload content and do me. Did I say do me? What am I saying? The last 2 months have been hard. It's been difficult, but we're getting better. We're feeling better. Hopefully this week I can figure some things out. Like I said, and we'll get more content on this channel. All right. Just hold your horses, Freak. That's your YouTube name. I didn't call you a freak. The Holdovers is this year's Sing Street. I like it. It's a hard comparison to make because, again, Sing Street is just so special to me. It's just so magical. It's a magical movie. It's a magical experience. I don't know if I can truly say that, Rocky McFly, but we're going to say it. We're gonna say it maybe eventually. I can't get there after one watch. Have you watched Leo? No, it's another early screening opportunity that I had the previous weekend. I didn't get to go. Now, which one are you talking about? You talking about the Netflix animated movie, or I believe the film from India that came out like a month ago? Don't know which one you're saying, but I haven't seen either yet. Is that the Film Drunk? What are you doing here? Nobody invited you. I'm just kidding. What's up, Film Drunk? What are you doing here, man? I'm not worthy of your time. I'm not worthy. I'm just saying. I'm not worthy of any of y'all's time. But you're here. You're hanging out. You're sticking around. Destiny brought me to this lamb chop. You know, I'm so upset I didn't get to see you in October. I didn't get to go to the New York Film Festival. I didn't get to do anything in October. Just lay in bed and occasionally go make videos. But hey, I want to see your face soon. I want to see your face. I want to go to New York, man. I'm hopefully going to take the wife to New York next year. We've already asked her parents. We said, hey, we got to go. We got to go do something. We got to take a trip. I love the baby. She's great. She's amazing. But will you watch her for a week while we go to New York? So one of these days, we'll see. Everybody's like, we got the Film Drunk. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know why he's here. It doesn't make any sense to me. Hey, Austin, do you think, I assume you mean that, Wyatt Russell should be the lead in the new Thing remake? He can play McReady's son. I like that idea. I feel like it's just a tiny bit on the nose. I feel like that would be almost a gimmick at that point, but I like the idea. I appreciate what you said with that, and it's not bad. I just feel like at that point you're kind of getting into gimmick territory almost. But I do like the Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell pairing in the new Godzilla show. I do like it. I think they work really well, and the fact that Monarch's actually a competent show really surprised me, because I didn't expect it to be that good. TJT with the super chat. TJT, it doesn't make any sense why you're leaving super chats. I feel like you're too good for that. No, I'm just kidding. I am not. Seriously, I'm not worthy of any of y'all's time, but I appreciate you spending time with me, man. It genuinely means a lot, especially since it's the first time we've been doing a super chat in over 2 months. Most overlooked movie of the year. Onyx and the Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls. What is this? What in the world? Let's go to IMDb. Onyx and the Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls. What in the world? Can you guys tell me what this is? I have never in my life heard of this movie. A Fathom Events movie. Let's take a look at this poster. That poster is insane. I love what I'm seeing already. This is awesome. And let's look at the cast. I don't really recognize. Andrew Bowser is the director. Don't really recognize that name. Melanie Chandra, Terrence T.C. Carson. Man, what is this movie? Let's read the synopsis. The Talisman of Souls. Fledgling occultics Onyx and the group of worshippers attend a once-in-a-lifetime ritual at their idol Bartok the Great's mansion. What is this? TJT. All right, we've all got to go watch Onyx. When did this come out, TJT? What's the release date on this? 2023. Feel like I knew that. What are we talking release date? This is insane, dude. Box office 182 million. November 7th. That's fairly recent. What is this movie? TJT, you're blowing my mind right now. All right, if you guys have seen Onyx, the Fortuitous Talisman of Souls, I have never heard of this. It sounds insane. Makes me want to see it. TJT, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. We got Sagnet in the chat. Where have you been, Austin? I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. It's been a rough couple of months, like I said, but I'm here. I'm here now. That's all that matters. Matt says your Steelers aren't looking too bad. I appreciate that, Matt. Appreciate the love. All right, got a lot of hate before the season started. They're looking okay. They're getting the run game going. Got to work on the pass game. Kenny Pickett, come on, buddy. What are you doing? Austin and Peeps, what's up, guys? Mike is back in the chat, man. TJT flexing his taste. I love that. I love that. Yeah, TJT bringing us some goodies right now. I like this, man. Movies I've never heard of. That's always the best thing for me. You give me a movie I never heard of, makes me happy. This might be a hot take. Let's do it, Andrew. But I thought Barbie was better than Oppenheimer. Oh, man. I don't know. I heavily disagree with that take. I heavily disagree with it, but I respect it. A lot of people agree with you there, Andrew. Seriously, a lot of people do. I liked Barbie a lot. I didn't love it. I was a little disappointed when it comes to the hype. Good movie. Is it an Oscar contender in my book? No. But I believe Ryan Gosling will contend. I believe some portions of that will contend. Production design. It's going to get a screenplay nomination. So I do think Barbie is going to have a lot going for it. It will be a Best Picture nominee. I just don't know if it can actually compete for Best Picture. I am Knuff. You are real life. You are Knuff. You are Knuff. But I think that movie really struggled with some of the themes it was trying to balance. And I found what wasn't working as well. It was a little awkward when it came to the real world stuff. Just the way that they handled that, to be honest with you. Good experience. Good time. I just think they could have, please kick Andrew out. I can't kick him. I respect it. I respect the opinion. I think Barbie was a good time in the theater. Just when it comes to best movie of the year conversation, personally, I don't get it. I don't understand it, but I like the movie a lot. I like the movie a lot. I'm just trying to be real with you, man. I'm trying to be real with you. Maybe you need to rewatch Barbie. I will rewatch it, Thomas, for sure. But it's one of those movies I just know it's not going to fall into my top 10 of the year. But it could move up, man. It's firmly in my top 25, 30-ish movies of the year, man. Firmly in there. But I can't get it there. Film Drunk, staying with you, Andrew. Oh, Film Drunk. Coming in, man. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. I like it. We need to get back to what do they used to do? Movie fights or whatever. And we each need to pick a favorite movie of the year. But I need to decide mine first. Because, again, Oppenheimer, The Holdovers, I don't know. Spider-Verse is in there. John Wick's in there. But Oppenheimer and The Holdovers, two phenomenal films. And they're competing for that top spot right now. Oppenheimer is Knuff for me. Yeah. Spider-Verse is my favorite movie of the year. It's a great choice. Spider-Verse is firmly in that conversation for me. I'm still thinking about Air. I've still got Air in my competition. It's not going to end up as my favorite movie of the year. It's not. But it could very well end up in my top 5. We'll see after I see it. Got to see Poor Things. Got to see Ferrari. Got to see The Color Purple. Oh, man, I can't wait to see that movie. Freaking Wonka. Maybe Wonka comes in and says, okay, I'm gonna be one of your crazy surprise movies because I haven't loved the trailers. It looks fine, but Wonka could be great. All right, I'm not denying the director that brought us freaking Paddington and Paddington 2. I mean, some of the best movies of the last several years. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Hey, that's a good choice, Frankie. I love me some Volume 3. That's in my top 10 right now. Air is fantastic. Thank you. I know not a lot of people love Air on that level. I loved it. I thought it was great. We've got, Rocky McFly. Air was perfectly fine, but I don't get the hype around it. That's fair. That's fair. Not a lot of people have it as one of their favorites of the year, but it's one of my favorites of the year, all right? I love me some Air. Air is one of the best movies. So freaking good. Let's see here. We've got, I'm a dad movie type of guy. Dad movie. Hey, that's guy. I love me a good dad movie. Dad movies are the best kind of movies. You've sicking me. I think you mean sicken me. I think Thor: The Dark World is the worst MCU movie. Did somebody say they liked it? Did Frankie say he liked Thor: The Dark World? That's okay. Hey, let's not berate. Frankie. You're my favorite. Look at Frankie. You're my favorite YouTuber. Yes, better than Mr. Beast. I agree with that. I am better than Mr. Beast. It's a fact. Everybody knows this, that I'm better. No, I'm not. No, I'm not, man. Mr. Beast is the best. That guy's going and doing things that I could never dream of doing. Well, I would dream of doing those things, but I don't have the money to do those things. Mr. Beast is a beast, and I loves watching his videos, man. They're so much fun. So much fun. One of the most underrated for the year for me was Sisu. Good. That's a good one, Tanner. That's a good one. I liked Sisu. Didn't love it. Really liked it. It's a good choice. Have you watched Past Lives, Austin? Seen very good critics about it. Looks really good. Yeah, go check out my Letterboxd. P- _ go check out my Letterboxd. You will see that I really loved me some Past Lives. This says Zach Pope. I don't see Zach Pope's profile picture, but I do love me some Zach Pope. So if this is the Zach Pope that I know, but if it's not the one I know, it's fine. You're still a cool Zach Pope, okay? Austin, what would your dream project of Chris Nolan next? What would your dream project of Chris Nolan be next? I think I agree with his latest statement. I believe he could go somewhere lighter because Oppenheimer is such dark material and it's like this existential type of movie and real world craziness. I I want Nolan to go back to a fictional story, but I would like Nolan to do more of like an action adventure type of thing. Or somebody said Zach Pope's variant. That's hilarious. Or honestly, just do a James Bond movie, man. I think everybody at this point would really love to see a Christopher Nolan James Bond movie. So, hey, if that's what we need to do, then that's what we do. Christopher Nolan, James Bond. I'd feel really good about that. Austin Burke, don't lie. How much money on average do you spend at the theaters? Honestly, not that much, because I have a lot of the memberships like the Regal Crown Club and the Cinemark Movie Club and all of this stuff. And most of my screenings are free. So when I go to a press screening, I don't have to pay for it. But when I really like a movie, I like to go pay for it. So because I like supporting my local theater and I like getting the popcorn and going on out. So maybe a good chunk, but probably not as good as, or not as much as people think. Well, I guess I buy popcorn at press screenings. Okay, it's probably more than I'm letting on, to be honest with you. But those screenings are free. So don't spend a ton on tickets, but I like my popcorn, man. I like a popcorn, occasionally a water, sometimes a Sprite. If I'm feeling quirky, if I'm feeling crazy, I'll get me a Sprite. Have you seen the trailer for The Boy and the Heron? Are you excited for it? Rocky McFly. Yes, Rocky McFly. Can't wait. Can't wait for that movie. It looks fantastic. I love that studio as a whole, but love Miyazaki, man. I'm very excited to see what type of movie we get with that. The Iron Claw looks fantastic. Real life. Yes. I am dying to see the Iron Claw. I am dying to see that movie. It looks phenomenal. I think the material, the real life story, it's very, it's scary to handle a movie like that with that kind of material. And if you don't know the real life story, I'm not going to say anything, but I was very nervous for this film. But from what I've heard, the direction is great. The ending is powerful. Zac Efron is, going to quote somebody I saw at a Nashville screening last week. He's Oscar worthy. That's cool, man. I never thought I would say those two things in the same sentence. Zac Efron and Oscar worthy. That's crazy to me, but it's awesome. And I'm very excited for it. Yeah, that may be my most anticipated movie left, because Napoleon, saw it last week. That was my most anticipated. That may be it. The Color Purple, Wonka, a couple of those films. Not really looking forward to Aquaman, but we got some good movies coming out, man. We really got some good movies. Shelley Lee, stop it. You did not have to do that. Howdy, I'm just going to gift and go. Shelley Lee, that is so sweet. That is so sweet. Oh, man. You're making me blush. Okay. Thank you so much for your support, Shelley Lee. That's really cool, man. Again, I haven't done a live stream in a while. So I haven't done super chats in a while. I haven't had the opportunity for things like that in a while, man. So Shelley, very sweet, wonderful person. I really appreciate it. Didn't even ask a question. Oh, man, do you have a question? I'll answer a question. It's like I feel bad. I feel like I got to answer a question, Shelley. Very, very wonderful of you to do that. $25 super chat. Awesome. You're joining Hall of Fame status with Rocky McFly over here. All right, Rocky, you're going to have to give up a little portion of that seat because Shelley's coming in hot. Thank you, Shelley. Very, very sweet. We need to get the Ghostbusters ticket ASAP when they're available. Yeah, I don't know when the Ghostbusters tickets are going on sale, to be honest with you. I'm a little nervous. About this new movie. I don't want them to take this franchise and turn it into a big action blockbuster. Because if we remember, the original was just kind of a horror comedy movie. And it was easy to watch. It was simple to watch. It got big at the end. But this whole movie, the trailer looks like The Day After Tomorrow, to be honest with you. It's with the freeze and the ice going over. So I'm a little nervous about it, but I am very excited to see what they do with it, along with being nervous. I don't know what they're doing with this, to be honest with you. So we'll see. Rocky McFly says, I just looked at your letterbox for 2023. No hate, but how do you have theater camp so low? Yeah, so honestly, I really like theater camp. It's just I've seen a lot of movies that I really like this year, and a lot of them have moved ahead of theater camp, but I still think it's worthy of being called a good movie. it just didn't really impact me. I thought the first act, we'll say the first act and a half. Okay, so the first half of the movie was really, really good. And then they just kind of rushed through a lot of things to get to that ending. So I felt like the second half just wasn't as powerful as it could have been compared to that first half, but still really funny. You get a lot of those actors in that situation. It's like the perfect marriage, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But again, it's hard to say. It's hard to say that it's one of my favorite movies of the year. Mike, what's up, Mike? Hope you're doing well, my guy. I binged Scott Pilgrim Takes Off last night and absolutely loved it. Refreshingly entertaining, 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, Mike, I'm with you. Really, really good show. Didn't absolutely love it. You know, I did feel a lack of Scott Pilgrim. That was my big issue with the show, and I think they swerved us in a completely different direction as opposed to what they teased us with in the trailer. And I like the fact that it wasn't the same story that we know, but at the same time, I wish it was something that brought in the talents of the people that I needed to be in a little bit more than it actually was. So, but Mike, I'm with you. Good show, good binge, easy binge. I got through my screener in a heartbeat. Very, very, very entertaining show. So, Mike, I'm glad you enjoyed it, my friend. Man, everybody, the super chats today have been amazing. I really, really appreciate it. And I think we have one that I missed. Did we have one that I missed? Yeah. So P- _ my local theaters, sorry about that, have been rescreening all the Lord of the Rings lately. So I've been wondering, what would be the best trilogy ever made for you? Well, P- _ I think you said it right there. I think Lord of the Rings is my favorite trilogy of all time. And when I did my video back in the day, a couple of years ago, I believe that was my number one. Now, there are some trilogies in the conversation. That initial Captain America trilogy, I know we're getting another movie, but that one is in there. The new Planet of the Apes trilogy is in there. The original Toy Story trilogy, I know it's 4 movies, is in there. What else would I put in there, man? The Batman trilogy, I get it. Not a lot of people love Dark Knight Rises, but that's got to be in the conversation for me. Back to the Future has got to be in the conversation for me. Man, I feel like I'm missing a couple. I feel like How to Train Your Dragon. Let's go. How to Train Your Dragon. The Before trilogy. Yeah. I mean, that could very well be number 2. Number 2 on my list. I love this, Thomas. I love this. And this is a new entry in this conversation. The Guardians trilogy. That's great. That's great, because now I guess it is technically a trilogy. Yeah, Rocky McFly said the Before trilogy. Chow Down Detroit said the Before trilogy. G. Colby P said Lord of the Rings. The Spider-Man movies. I like that. K-Sonic. That's a good entry, a good choice. Original Star Wars trilogy. DJ C, 100%. I'm with you. Sarthy saying Back to the Future. The Friday trilogy. That's a good one. Underrated, Matt. Underrated. I really like that choice. Movie Dean. What's up, Movie Dean? Thanks for being here. Hey, man, do you think Aquaman 2 will bomb like the Marvels and the Flash, or do you think it will have a shot at success? Movie, and I don't want to say it has a shot at success, but I do believe it will do better than the Marvels and the Flash. And here's why. Let's actually, you know what? Let's go over and let's edit this real quick, man. I want to show you guys how bad the Marvels, and Movie Dean, thanks for bringing this up, is doing this weekend. Let's see here. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go to box office. Oh, boy. Disney's The Marvels grossed an estimated $10.2 million. $10.2 million this weekend. Man, that's rough. The total gross domestically stands at $65 million. That's frankly terrible, to be honest with you guys. It's terrible. That is an awful second weekend for the Marvels. And I don't hate this movie. I just think it's not very good. But to see a Marvel movie underperform on that level is, I never thought I would see it in my lifetime. I never thought I would see it, no matter what the movie is. So I haven't seen it yet because I'm not in a rush to see it. Crazy that the Marvels only made $40 million opening weekend when it cost $200 million plus. It's epic stuff for the Marvels. Too bad, because I enjoyed it. I need Aquaman 2 to rock. I needed Me Too, Movie D. Me Too. But that's what I'm saying with Aquaman 2. I think it's going to underperform in terms of DC's expectations. But it's going to do better than this. And it's going to do better than The Flash. And I think it's going to surprise some people that it's not going to be this epic bomb at the box office that a lot of people expect it to be. Remember, the first movie made $1 billion. That is crazy. The fact that the first movie could do that. So, yeah. Jedi Connor, what do you mean, really? Is that I subscribe to Austin's channel? I think we're having a little conversation here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get to more questions. Austin, I want to start writing about movies that I watch. A good question, by the way, Movie Dean. About movies that I watch, but I'm not aware of all the technical stuff. When you watch a movie to critique, what are the major things you look for before reviewing? Robbie, that's a good question. That's a great question. I love that question. What I look for, first of all, was I emotionally affected? That doesn't mean did I enjoy the movie or was I having a great time? I walked away with a smile on my face. No, was I emotionally affected, emotionally impacted? I could be sad. I could be angry at the actions of the main character. I could be moved. I mean, I could be moved to where I'm very emotional after the movie. That's happened before. The holdovers, man. I shed multiple tears during the holdovers. I shed multiple tears. So I think that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is what performance emotionally impacted you, and is the cast as a whole working in their roles? You know, I think of a movie this last weekend like Thanksgiving. Not the best performances I've ever seen, but for the most part, they did what they needed to do. They did what they had to do to supply me with a good time in the theater. And is there one performance that I can latch on to, gravitate to? Are there multiple performances? I think of a movie like Oppenheimer. I could write 10 people down in Oppenheimer and say that I am emotionally attached to every single performance here, whether I like the character or hate the character. This is a fantastic, phenomenal, incredible performance. And if you can't find a performance that you feel that way about, again, love or hate, you don't have to be able to relate to the character. Sometimes movies have characters where you can't relate to anyone, but it's still a great movie. That's the second thing I look for. And then the third thing I look for is I go down my boxes that I check. Direction, is it good? Technical aspects, is it good? Does a movie look good? Does a movie sound good? How does it make me feel aesthetically? Does it capture the atmosphere? Is the production design good? And I go down all of those things, and obviously the screenplay, I think that's the most important. And basically in my head, I check boxes off. And can I check that box off? Do I have to think about that box, or is that a complete misfire? And that's how I'm judging the movie, not as it goes, but upon initial reaction. And I'm thinking about that. And the best thing is, when I'm driving home, I get that opportunity to think about all of this stuff in my head. And sometimes it's a 3-hour car ride when I'm going to a screening, and it gives me time to reflect. And so some people are like, Austin, why do you not wait the next day until you review a movie? And I do that sometimes. Sometimes I wait a week before I review a movie. But that 3-hour drive, just time to yourself. You don't turn anything on. Sometimes I have a Hans Zimmer score going. I know I'm lame. I get it. But that gives me time to reflect. So always give it time after you see a movie, Robbie. And don't say, well, Austin, you do initial reactions with the flick pick in the theater. I do, but those aren't for reflection. Those are for my initial reaction. How did I feel immediately? And how do those things change upon reflection? So great question. That's how I go about it, Robbie. But everyone is different. No one has to do the same thing. No one has to do the same thing. Austin, I saw the Ballad of the Songbird and Snakes. Thought it was a really good movie. Your 73% is closely aligned. I'm like at a 7.5 out of 10. Do you think Snow was right to listen to his grandma? Well, Joe, I can't get into full spoilers here, but I'm just going to answer your question with a simple... Morally, no. But part of me understands with the situation that he was in why he made the decisions that he made. That's what I will say. I don't get it, but I understand it, Joe. Good question. But I don't want to dive into the whys and the hows and what that spoiler actually is. What's the best out of these? Five Nights at Freddy's, the Slender Man movie, or the Cuphead show on Netflix? Definitely the Cuphead show first. So Five Nights and then Slender Man. I hated Slender Man. I thought it was absolutely terrible, but them all being indie game adaptations. I think Slender Man deserved better. And honestly, I think Five Nights deserved better. But that's from a non-fan perspective, and apparently the fans really liked it, so that's cool. Austin, could you please explain how Rotten Tomatoes works? Seems like they keep changing how it works. One moment the high percentage is good, next moment the high percentage is bad. I'll tell you what I know. And I've not seen them change how it works, but for me, If a critic gives a movie a 6 or higher, that makes their score fresh. Now, sometimes a critic will give a movie a 5.5 and they consider it fresh. Okay, sometimes a critic will give a movie a 6 and they consider it rotten. A lot of it aligns with that critic's grading system. How do they go about grading that movie themselves? How do they go about it? And if they decide to give a 6 a negative, that's their choice. That's their decision. We're not pushed by Rotten Tomatoes to do anything specific. We just kind of have to abide by the guidelines that they give us. So once you get all those scores together, it becomes a big, and my fan just turned on randomly. I don't know why it did, but if you guys hear that, sorry. Why? But once those scores come together, they're tabulated. And the fresh score that you see is how many critics gave that movie a fresh compared to how many critics gave that movie a rotten. And if it's a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes, that means 42% of critics liked it. And the rest, 68, did not. And so that's kind of where, did I say 68? 50. I'm sorry. That's kind of where my line is drawn on, do we pay full attention to Rotten Tomatoes and the scoring system, or do we actually go in and find the reviews we like and actually get to think about what these critics are saying and why they're saying what they're saying? Because that's the thing. People see a Rotten Tomatoes score and they think to themselves, well, it's a bad movie. It's a 40%. But why does that make it a bad movie? That 40% of reviews could have given it a 9 out of 10. And the rest could have given it a 5 out of 10. And so when I see that score, I don't just look at that score. I go into the average score. Then I go see what the critics said. Then I look at their scores. And then I look at their thoughts, because that's more important than a score for me. A number, it's fine. But what did the critic actually feel? Did it emotionally impact them? And so you have the general audience that says, well, it's a 42%. And yeah, so it must not be good. But that's not the case, man. Sometimes that 42% is all 8s and 9s out of 10s, and people love the movie. So, and here's a good example, right? Real life. Here's a good example. Waterboy has a 35%. It's a cinematic classic. Now, that's an example, real life, of Rotten Tomatoes wasn't a thing. Those are all reflection reviews, or because there's not that many of those, a culmination of the reviews at the time. And at the time, critics probably didn't love Waterboy because it's a silly, quirky comedy, but it has grown on a lot of people, and it has turned into a bit of a comedic classic, in my opinion. So at the time, 35%, yeah, it makes sense. But if you have people going back today, like if you had me and 30 other critics go back and review Waterboy, that percentage would go up higher. So maybe I need to go back and review Waterboy. Maybe it's time for some classic reviews, for some reflection reviews. God, I think that would be fun, wouldn't it? I think that would be fun. Maybe I should start doing that. Real life. Good idea. You didn't come up with it, but I love it. Tabor Mullins. What's going on, Tabor Mullins? What's going on, man? Good Twitter follow. Hey, it's nice to see you, man. It's been a lot. How many years? Good Lord. It's been a long time, my friend. Man, that is awesome. That is so cool. Tabor Mullins from Pikeville. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. Thanks for being here. You tuned in at the right time, because we're about to wind this thing down. Just look at Bullet Train. I don't get its Rotten Tomato score. I loved it. Boom, completely agree with you. I loved it too. But you had a lot of critics within that Rotten Tomato score that really did enjoy the channel. Connor said, did you see my message that I subscribed to my channel? Did you see my message that I subscribed to my channel? I don't fully know what you're saying there, Connor. But if you sent me a message there, or if you have a second channel, let me know that again. Don't fully understand that. Let's see. Anger Management is underrated Adam Sandler movie along with Waterboy. Yeah, I like that movie. We need more reviews on Tron Legacy. Mr. Penguin, coming in strong. I agree. Oh, your channel. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Connor. I appreciate that. I didn't see your message. Maybe I don't follow you back or something, but I appreciate that. By the way, guys, I realize Cash, an OG on this channel, one of my faves. I didn't get to your super chat, and I'm so sorry. I apologize. I hope you're still here. Ridley Scott's Aquaman or James Wan's Alien. Oh, my God, man. I'm going to go Ridley Scott's Aquaman. Nothing against... You know what? No, scratch that. Nah, scratch it again. Because James Wan is an amazing horror director, but I just don't know how you do Alien better than you actually did Alien. So part of me wants to see that, but then again, Ridley Scott's Aquaman, maybe he makes it a better movie, a more intense movie, a darker movie. I think I'd like to see that with Aquaman. So I'm going Ridley Scott. But again, James Wan is a phenomenal horror director. I think Alien is a classic horror movie. So I just don't know if you could take away what we got for something else that would be amazing. It's Ridley Scott's Aquaman. That's my answer. What a heck of a question, Cash. What a heck of a question. I love director swaps. Something about me. Did you finish Attack on Titan? Also, watch Pluto. Robin, you're the third person recently that told me to watch Pluto. I need to check it out. I need to check it out. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. But did you finish Attack on Titan? I have not seen the last season. And if you guys know, I've mentioned that I needed to catch up, and I've gotten up until this latest season, and I just haven't had the opportunity. So I really want to see it. I've heard, don't say anything, I've heard the masterpiece, or switch that, the finale is a masterpiece, or the masterpiece is a finale. But that's what I've heard. So don't want to know anything else. I'm going to go into it cold. I'm going to go into it blind. I'm really excited to see the final season. And rather than let me know if you liked it or not, if you were satisfied with the final episode. And when I get to that shot that says the end, because I know it's going to say it in the credits, I'm going to be very just, wow. Are you going to add the holdovers to your favorites now? My requirement is to always see a movie twice before I can do that. So I saw Oppenheimer twice. I saw Spider-Verse twice. And I want to see the holdovers twice. But there's a chance. Have you seen Blue Samurai yet? No, but I want to see it so bad. I missed it opening weekend. And when I do that, I usually miss it. But I've heard nothing but good things. I really want to see this, Tanner. It's on my watch list to do very quickly. Maybe over the holiday break is when I get to knock some of these out. I'm afraid of being alone today, trying to keep my mind busy. We lost. Who lost? Nobody lost. Hey, we're doing good. We're doing awesome. Thank you for being here. Seriously, thank you for being here. I don't know who lost, but everything is good. You're awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for asking questions, guys. I really do appreciate that. Austin, don't forget the Cat in the Hat turns 20 on Tuesday. Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? Oh, did we already talk about this? We talked about this, man. It does. Oh, we might need to do a watch along on the channel. Oh, man, we might need to do a watch along. That's a classic movie. Cat in the Hat is a classic movie. Universal Studios. Cha-ching. Oh, we got to watch it. We're going to watch this together. We're going to do it this week. We're going to do a watch along, or we're going to do a little splice of a watch along. Maybe I'll get my brother in here and we can watch it together. That would be amazing. Do you think The Marvels is the worst MCU movie, or is the hate getting overblown? I don't think it's the worst. I think it's in a lower tier. I'd say it's a mid MCU movie, but when you have a movie that's, fringe rotten on Rotten Tomatoes and people were not looking forward to it, they didn't like the first one, and then you have a putrid box office performance, some people are going to equate box office with the movie quality itself, or anticipation with how the movie actually performed. And I think those things are separated. I think we have to say, well, the movie's not very good, but it's not the worst MCU movie. I've seen MCU movies. Now, people would disagree with me. I think John, the Flick Pick, I think he would disagree with me on that. Because he was not happy when he texted me. He was not happy. But and again, I don't think it's a good movie. I think it's a fringe bad. But again, there have been movies in the MCU that have affected me worse. I think the first Captain Marvel is worse. I think Thor: The Dark World is worse. I think The Incredible Hulk is worse. I think She-Hulk is way worse than the Marvels. There is fun to be had with this movie. I just wish it didn't feel like it actually felt, if that makes sense. I wish there was a little more effort to it, oomph to it, and it made me feel more than it actually did. I think that was the final super chat, guys, that we already knocked out from Emmanuel. And we got Emmanuel, Rothan, Cash, Mike, Shelly, MVP of the day, P-_TJT, Jack, Rocky McFly, Marley, Sully, and Vixter, man. Thank you guys, all of you all, for being here today for the comeback live stream, baby. We had a good amount of viewers here today. We really did. And I'm really appreciative, man. If you're here right now, the most important thing you could do, hit the notification bell, because that tells you when I go live, man. YouTube, sometimes they won't tell you. Sometimes they won't let you know. And if you don't hit it, then they're not going to let you know, because the algorithm is just crazy sometimes. But the reason these videos get out there is because you guys hit like on the video, man. 83 likes today. If we could get 90 before we leave today, that would be amazing. 100 would be great, but 84 likes. And to every super chat I got today, man, just know, very supportive, helping the channel. Really, really rough last couple of months for me personally, just on so many levels. But you guys have made it a great day. It's a great day to talk about movies. It's a great day to watch movies. It's a great day to watch football, more importantly. But it's a great day to watch movies. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. Seriously, phenomenal. Let's do one more super chat from Mr. Penguin. Hey, don't apologize for sending a super chat. I told you guys, any super chats I get. And then we'll do, we got a question about this variety cover here. We'll show that here in just a second. But what next animation movie do you see getting a live action treatment? Because I'm surprised they haven't done the Polar Express yet. That's a great. Oh, get Tom Hanks back. Yo. Look, I like the Polar Express. I think it's good. But to do a live action with Tom Hanks, I love it. You know what I would like to see? Treasure Planet. And I don't know if we're going to get Treasure Planet, but I want to see a Treasure Planet live action movie. I don't get why Disney's doing Moana. Look, Moana was a great movie. Go back to the early 2000s. There was a span of great Disney animated movies that were great, and I love them, but they've not been talked about as live action films. And I believe these are the movies. Look, you got the animals, you got the creatures, you got the fairy tales, you got the princesses. That's all awesome. But these are the movies you got to be focusing on right now. Treasure freaking Planet. Give me a live action movie. I think that would be spectacular. That is an awesome movie, guys. That's an awesome movie. We were talking about doing retro reviews a while ago. I'd love to do one on Treasure Planet, man. I'm getting chills right now just thinking about Treasure Planet because I haven't talked about it in so long. I love that, man. That is a childhood movie. Mike says Land Before Time. That's a great one. Connor says Disney should stop making live action movies. I think I agree with you on some of them. Tabor, Treasure Planet deserves more love. I completely agree. It's a great film. They had an early 2000s run that was just like monumental, and it seems like nobody talks about it. And it was great. And it even starts as far back for me as Emperor's New Groove, which I know wasn't that same time period, but Emperor's New Groove is amazing. It's amazing. Atlantis. Yes. Zombie Berry. Atlantis. You guys know where it's at. See, this is why I do these live streams, man, because you guys know what you're talking about. It's pretty cool. Mr. Penguin, thanks for the super chat, my friend. Disney gives a live action treatment to Chicken Little instead of Treasure Planet. Hey, at this rate, I wouldn't doubt it. It'd piss me off, but I wouldn't doubt it. I'd be so mad. And Treasure Planet is so good. And finally, guys, Jason Nelson with the final chat of the day. But for now, Jason, hey, thanks for being here, Jason. I appreciate it. And look at this. Look at this variety cover that I got sent, man. Oppenheimer is a movie like no other. I love it, man. I get variety every week, I think, for like the awards months. And this is probably my favorite cover they've ever sent me. I have another cover right here. And I think this one's really nice as well. This Ferrari cover. think that's fantastic. I'm going to switch between these covers. Here we go. This one was last year's that they sent me during awards season. Look at that beauty, man. Look at that beauty. I love it. I love it. We had the flood at the beginning of this year. Our whole house got flooded, and a lot of my variety covers were covered, thank God. And so I got to salvage this baby. Woo! It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I love it. Emperor's New Groove live action cars. Life is a highway, baby. These covers go hard. I agree. There's something about a good variety cover. Right there is Marvel in Trouble. Let me get this. Let me check this out. See, now you guys know what I'm wearing. You know I'm wearing pants. Sometimes I do these pantsless. Is Marvel in Trouble? I haven't read the article yet, but I just think that's such a crazy cover, considering where we were 10 years ago. Just on the road to success, and everything was looking great. And then 5 years ago, everything was amazing. And then now this, man, it's crazy. Somebody says, is that Matt Rife on the cover? No, but I can see how it favors him. Let's see. That's amazing. And let's go back to this last super chat from Jason. And the answer is simply, Jason, Reacher Season 2. Oh, yeah. I was surprised that Reacher Season 1 didn't get the variety covers are way better than the rankings. I agree with that. Oh, that might be the stupid one. You know what, G. Colby P? That might be the dumb article that I did read on Twitter. That's why I should read. I don't read them. I just like the covers. Now it's going to make me mad. That's going to make me mad if I read them. But yeah, Reacher Season 1 was great, Jason. It was great. And I feel like some of the critics just weren't, they kind of slept on it, to be honest with you. And that frustrated me because I'm like, no, this is a good show, guys. This is a really good show. It's entertaining. I love the lead. I think this could be really cool. It could be because, Krasinski's show is kind of almost over with now, or maybe it is over with. And I think this could kind of take that. And I like this one more. I like Reacher more than Jack Ryan. So Reacher Season 2, man, let's go. Let's go. Mike, what's up, Mike? Wait, don't go. Thoughts on Terrifier 3. I love the fact that it's a holiday movie. I love it. Some people are like, I don't know if I love it. And that teaser trailer, whatever it was, man, Terrifier 2 was a really, really good film. Really good film. Yes, it's crazy. Yes, there was blood. Yes, there was gore, all this stuff. But it was actually good. It was well made, and it got a little off the rails by the end, but I think that's what we love about Terrifier, is things going off the rails. So I'm very excited for it. It's going to end up being like top 25 most anticipated movies for me next year. It's next year, right? Is it next year? Or is it this year? It's next year. I believe it's next year. Napoleon review. My Napoleon review is coming out tomorrow. So I mentioned the notification bell. All right. For this live stream next week. Okay. But also for my Napoleon review. If you guys want to see it. Again, thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the likes. What do we end on? 90 likes, baby. Let's go. 90 likes. Looking good. Feeling good. Y'all looking good. Y'all looking good. Y'all looking so good. That's all the questions I'm going to take for now. But because I do have to go up with my wife. And we got my brother coming over. My brother's coming over for the Steelers game. And I expect pain. Cash said, not my Reacher. I get it. But this was good. I really like this. Hey, you guys are awesome. Seriously, you're amazing. I can't thank you enough for being here. And I was going to pull up a picture of my daughter, but I've already done that. You've had enough of the sweetness and the cuteness. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say, man. By the way, hey, let me know real quick. Did you hear the music playing in the background? Because I feel like last time I did that, it didn't actually play the music when I hit play. So answer me one question. Was there music behind this live stream? And let's see if it actually did it, because it says it's playing right now. I don't know if it actually is, but I like the ambiance. All right, give me the ambiance of that music. Everybody's saying bye, bye, bye. Yes? Was it playing? Yeah, Colin. Give me some ambiance. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I missed the picture. Give us another. All right, fine. We'll end on a picture of my child because she's cute. And that was so cute. Let's just do a different one. I got to do a different one. Oh my God, there's so many cute pictures. Which one do I choose? All right, here's one. Here's a selfie of me and the baby. There's a selfie of me and the baby. Wait. Hang on. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right there. There's a selfie to me and the baby. It's the sweetest baby, and I love her. And she's so happy. I want to go get her. I'm going to go get her because I love her. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome. You're amazing. Got in a Mark Wahlberg impression. Everybody comes in here and they're telling me, why is there a transformer outside? And I say, I don't know. I'm Mark Wahlberg. That's horrible. I feel like it's gotten worse. Okay. Ain't the baby. Ain't the baby. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. I'll see you right after Thanksgiving for another live stream tomorrow. Napoleon, Wish, Leo, Saltburn. What a week. The daily dose of cuteness was needed. You guys are the best. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.